What up, what up, what up, y'all?
What up,
It's
everyone?
episode 4, Therapy Thursdays. What was that about, bro?
I'm sorry, I was just happy in the mood.
He's honestly, he's in the mood today. He loves crime, obviously, like he's shooting at the camera. I don't know what he. Anyways, we're ready. We got our shiesties on. That's a terrorist, dog. That's not a criminal.
Oh, it's just fun.
Anyway, so yeah, I
love
got the
it.
tech on, full teched out, shiesty on. I wish I could put it over my face. We gotta hear me, but yeah, I would fit in perfectly as a what we call a roadman in the UK. You know, just
I classify myself as a YN.
You're an FN. You know what I mean? We'll start. Never mind.
All right. Wow. I hope you get first.
That's my bad, bruh. You know, fat and whatever that word is, I can't say. So do you have any stories like of your own to start us off?
Honestly, I'm like the most good boy this world has ever seen. I've never committed a crime before.
Yeah, you are soft as charming. Like the worst crime you probably committed is like, yeah, one time I took a candy from a baby or something. It's probably the worst thing you've ever done.
I stole chips from a gas station at Target.
All right, he stole chips. He's so cool. Okay, let me tell you.
Let's hear what you've done, Mr.
All right,
Criminal.
I'll tell one story that I actually I pled guilty to it, so I can talk about it. But when I was in high school, I had like a theft ring that was like super serious. So what we did a couple things. So first off, at first, this was before like Pokemon was popular, but it wasn't at the point where you can't get anything anymore. So what we'd do is me and my friend would go into a store, specifically like Targets or Walmarts who had it, would fill a whole cart full of Pokemon cards, and then we'd just walk out with the card, and usually nothing would happen. To not get caught, right? Because, you know, maybe it would be obvious like, oh, he's going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, he's going to do this, and like the cops probably would have caught on. So I was smarter than that. So actually what we did is we unboxed packs, and I sold cards to like singles to card shops. So and sometimes we get like, but like we sold probably like thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards over a long time. So, and we would get some hits. So we made some pretty good money over time. Obviously not as much as if we were just reselling the product, but I tried to play it as smart as possible. The problem was, you know, I kept getting greedy. So the next thing I did was I ordered a tool from China, that like a magnet tool that could unlock spider web that wrapped around electronics. And it could unlock various things, like security things in the store. So basically started stealing technology, like tech, so Beats, headphones, TVs, stuff like that. And that obviously, so that's when we got too greedy. So at that point, which I didn't know at the time, but Target was sending our faces, like we're sending screenshots of our faces, me and my friends, all to all the stores in the like basically not in the nation, in the state, because they started to figure out that we were just targeting stores in the state. So then at one point we walked into a store and immediately got bodied. And my boy had a backpack on, and he took the first L. But then, you know, when the first guy takes the L, the dominoes roll down, and we all got caught. And yeah, I had to go to court. I paid my dues, got found guilty. There's too much footage, too much stuff, and luckily I was in high school, so it's not on my record. But yeah, that's what happened. I was bad in high school, but I've changed.
Did you go to jail at all?
Did I go to jail
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah.
No, I did not go to jail.
I wish the judge would have sent you to jail.
If I went to jail, I would have ran to jail.
No, you wouldn't have.
What would have happened? Tell me. All right, pretend like I pull up. So pretend you're running the jail. All right, I pull up. Oh, hi guys.
Oh, dude.
Jail doesn't seem so bad.
You're getting cracked. You're getting cracked, bro.
You're gonna crack me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a clap, bro.
You're getting cracked into a pretzel.
You're just dumb. Anyway,
Oh.
So that's my crime story. One of them. I used to be really bad when I was younger. Now things have changed, but that's when I started. I was a businessman. I also got expelled. Never mind. I probably shouldn't say that in public. I guess it's public knowledge, probably, if you looked. But
Well, happened in middle school, no?
yeah, it happened in middle
So
school.
it shouldn't even matter, I guess. I mean, Yeah, it happened when you were in middle school. I don't think that's.
I sold drugs in middle school and got expelled. So I've always been my first form of entrepreneurship was the criminal underworld, you know? Like I was posted up like this in the trenches. You ever heard of that? You ever sold a nug for $35?
I've sold what's it called, Adderall and
Okay,
Vicodin. So
you haven't sold anything. Look at you. You're soft as Charmin.
okay, that's the cap, bro.
You should have been on the Adderall. Maybe you wouldn't be like, just kidding.
What?
Anyways, all right, let's get, yeah, what the producer said.
Hey man, I've been slimming down. All right,
I know that
I'm like
that jersey's fitting a bit better.
I'm like size 40 in pants.
Before
now.
you look like a party ball.
Look at you. What's that stupid fool's name from the Apple Jacks? That's who you look like.
The Jamaican dude?
Yeah, the Jamaican dude.
That was the worst
cinnamon
diss I've
toy.
ever heard. All right,
Okay,
let's just
whatever,
stop
bro.
before you embarrass yourself some more. Maybe just pretend to shoot at the cameras again or something. Make you feel better. In reality, though, I think regardless, obviously I was bad. You know, everyone's done something illegal. If you really haven't done something illegal your whole life, that's first of all impressive. And second off, that's boring.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, you've done something. You said you stole chips. That's what I mean. Even stealing chips, like, right, producer? Producer seems like a goody two shoes, but I think he's done some illegal stuff. He just admitted that he got drunk and started shooting the Glock. We're in the hood, guys. Anyways, let's jump into the first call. But yeah, everyone's committed crimes, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
like
agree.
even some form, small illegal activities.
Some forms, yeah, I agree.
Hey guys, what's up? So, I have found myself in sort of a dilemma, but basically a very good friend of mine who I grew up with has got himself into some trouble, and I don't know what to do. This friend is like a brother to me. Like, we literally lived together when we were younger and stuff, you know?
Okay.
We would for sure consider each other family.
Sounds like me and Big M.
The problem is the past few years he has been going down the wrong path, and honestly, I am not as close with him as I used to be. As we have grown up, we have gone completely opposite directions. Like, I went to
Okay.
college and got a job, and he dropped out of high school and hasn't really given a fuck since. This for sure has made us distant. But to see him go down this path really just hurts. To see someone you love just not care about their life has broken my heart. But
That's
not
true.
what
That's
I'm
brutal.
calling about. I'm calling because I just found out he recently got arrested and is being charged with murder.
Okay, pause that shit.
I am hearing rumors that it was
Murder?
The boy said murder. You know that when he said like he got into some trouble, I was expecting like, oh, like maybe he like tried to rob somebody. Right? You know what I mean?
The story hits a little too close to home. I mean,
Who got caught for murder, bro?
that's why I said almost hits a little too
Okay.
close to home. Like, besides that part, but like everything was just lining up. And
But yeah, something
the
interesting
murder is crazy.
that I like to hear, like, or like that he said, not like to hear, obviously, was just that when he said that after like high school, you know, his friend dropped out, he went to college, things changed, and I think
I think that's true for the most
something
part.
hard, like something hard to accept, or is that your close friends from your childhood, they grow up to become people that like you never expected, or just I guess what I would say is it's interesting, right? This is not, I mean, this is more of just like an example, but like all the girls in my high school that were popular
Mm-hmm.
and I thought they were going to be like something, or they thought they were going to be something, they're literally nothing. They're literally losers. Like, they don't do anything. They never amounted to anything, which is interesting. Like, my point is, it's crazy like how things end up after high school. And it's funny because there's this J. Cole song, and he says, I grew up with killers. I ain't know they were killers. And it's just interesting because, like, it's weird that I feel like when we become adults, like, after high school, things completely change. It's very interesting. Have you noticed that, like, a lot of people I knew are completely different than how they were. And then they did careers that were just so different. And, you know, but unfortunately, part of that, and it sucks that your friend went down the opposite path, but that's what I'm basically saying. That's part of life, and it happens, and it's common, but it sucks.
I see it as just whoever you start hanging out with is gonna influence you, regardless. I'd probably say like Probably when you start getting into middle school, and yeah, probably around middle school, you start finding out what cliques you're in, like what groups you're part of, and then that more than likely decides the path that you're gonna be taking from high school and then on out. I mean, like you said too, everybody changes when they get out of high school. I finished high school with the assumption like, all right, like my get out of jail free cards are done and over with. Like now, like anything I do, I could be tried as an adult, and like now it's time to take life seriously. Because if not, then I mean, well, you don't get no more chances. You're an adult now,
Yeah.
so it's time to like lock in and buckle down. That's how I always assumed it is. But like I said, I've seen people in the routes that they take growing up, and I've seen the people that they hung out with, like guess group by group, and you could tell which ones are gonna go far and which ones are just gonna plummet down.
See, I don't really agree with that, bro.
Why
But,
not?
'cause like I said, the popular girls. I mean, that's just proof. The people who I thought, the best athletes at school, didn't do shit. Didn't do anything sports wise. The popular girls who had the best grades supposedly, right? Well, that's what I thought. Didn't amount to anything. Have not amounted to anything. Probably will not amount to anything. Unfortunately, when I thought they would. So that's where I disagree. Because the people I thought would do this didn't. And the people that did do, like, you get what I mean? It just, that's what I'm saying. You're saying like you could tell. I'm saying I can't tell, and that's why I feel like this guy's in shock.
So
His friend, someone like his friend, basically murdered somebody. I mean, I guess he hasn't been found guilty, and he's probably in shock, and he probably didn't expect that. And I feel for him. I basically what I was trying to say is like you never know what's gonna happen. Like people you think that are gonna do this, end up like that.
how does he know that? It's
Just like for example, like another example would be like the kids who were bad in high school. Some of them have done great things.
You think so?
I know so.
I know some bad kids that I went to high school with, and those fools are bad, bad, bad to this day. Especially one of them that went to jail for doing. I don't want to say what he went to jail for, but he was bad throughout high school, and he ended up being bad.
Are you talking about your dad?
What the?
I'm just kidding.
My dad?
My bad. My bad.
No.
That was just a question.
No. No, it wasn't about. No, are you out of your mind? No, but it's just stuff that I've obviously come across in life. Like obviously everyone's life is different and they see things differently.
I see what you're saying. You come from like a POS town, you're like just the worst town probably in the world. So
we have culture over there and diversity.
anyways, let's get back. All right, I see what you're saying though. It is true. Like it is true where I know what you're saying. Like you can tell, but at the same time, I don't think you can tell, and it's just crazy. And I feel for this guy, but
Right.
keep playing the call.
Was self-defense and all that, but
So claiming
I don't know.
self-defense.
I guess my question is, what should I do? Should I just let him go and completely cut him out of my life? I am so mad at him for this. I never thought he would kill someone ever. Or at least I used to not think that. But I would hear about all the crazy shit he was getting into, and that's why even before he's found guilty, I do believe he did it.
Ooh.
It hurts to say this, but honestly, I don't want to be associated with a murderer. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Thanks for your advice, guys.
I think he's judging too quickly. In my opinion, I think he's just coming to conclusion first. I mean, if his friend claimed self-defense and he hasn't been found guilty by a jury or anything like that, I mean, who is he? Like, obviously, I understand that he's in shock and like all this is like unfolding right before him. But I mean, if you were his friend, I mean, you would stick by his side and just wait to see what was. I mean, even though if you have a hunch that he did it, I mean, how do you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense or no?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So I would say, yeah, I get what you're saying. So I agree when it comes to that. So you're saying wait until he gets found guilty. That's fair.
Yeah,
until the court deems him, because
then I just feel like you're a fake friend. Like, you already come to the conclusion. Like, yeah, like I know you killed him. Like, blah blah blah.
What's
and then,
the saying?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
No, something about. I'm losing it. Something
A
about.
true warrior has no enemies.
No, bro. Something about. Oh, everyone's like not guilty until court or whatever. I don't even know. The
Yeah,
saying.
everyone's
Innocent until proven guilty.
yeah.
So let's consider him innocent, right? That's fine. But I would say, if he is guilty, so you're right. Still be there for him, be his friend. He's in jail. He's going to be in jail for a while, probably. But if he is guilty, and you don't want to associate yourself with a murder, that is completely fine. You should feel no wrongdoing about that. You should. I mean, I personally would do the same thing. I wouldn't. But what I would do though.
You said you would, or you?
So
wouldn't?
I would not be friends with someone like that anymore. But what I would do, because I am loyal to a friend, especially to a friend I've known him for a long time, I would put money on his books all the time.
Would you become friends with him again if he rehabilitated himself?
No.
Really?
No.
Why not?
Well,
They
like
change their life.
I would
around.
I'd be an acquaintance with him, but I just no more friend. Like no more. Like there's no more friendship there. I wouldn't even want to be on those type of people around me.
Really?
Just criminals, people who murdered people.
Even if he changed his life around. While in jail, he did his time, paid his dues.
But it's like
he's
that's like
a different changed man now.
So what do you mean? So he's what though? So what does he mean he changed?
That's what rehabilitated means.
So he's
right. That's rehabilitated. Like you transform your life, right? Rehabilitated is the word, right?
Yeah, rehabilitation. But
yeah, so like they literally just changed their whole life around, and they're just like you still wouldn't like even if they like came to you.
Oh no, I'd probably help him out, but I don't know if I'd ever be friends with. Just because, like you say, they came out, they need money. I give them money, just the same. I've been putting money on their books the whole time. That's just loyalty, right?
Yeah.
But just for example, if I killed someone, right, and the same thing goes. Like this is a two-way street. So if I got out, I wouldn't expect anyone to want to talk to me anymore, and I wouldn't even feel bad about it. I'd be like, I agree with your decision.
I don't know. I'd expect my friends to still be friends with me. I mean, if they know that I did the time. And they know that I changed to become the individual that
they don't know that you just got out, you know.
Well, I know that, but like obviously, like they would have to like they could still stay wary of me, and like be on their toes, be cautious, but like obviously see like my actions by like showing like wow he really did change, he really did.
It also depends on who you killed. Like if you killed an innocent person that had kids, I'm not messing with you anymore. But I would still put money in your books.
Well, we don't even know who.
Yeah, no, but
this
just saying though. So like that's what I'm saying. There's even more important details. Who know this person killed? Maybe he just killed. Maybe it was self-defense. He killed someone not trying to rob him, or maybe this dude literally killed an innocent mom. We don't know.
Right. That's true.
So, but that's another important thing. So like this, but like I get what you're saying, and from where you're coming from, I do agree. I mean, your perspective makes sense as well. I guess is what I'm saying. It's just too. But the interesting thing is, it's not like I would be like, I'm never talking to him again. It would just be like, if he shows up, I'd be like, here's some money, but I don't really want to be like we can be acquaintances. We could be acquaintances, and that's it. If you ever need anything, let me know.
I feel like that'd break my heart. I'm not gonna cap.
Well, then don't kill somebody. How about that? Don't break a family's heart. Whoever you killed, you know. That's part. So you think that jail time's paying the price, but also the relationship you burn by doing that kind of activities is also the price you got to pay.
I feel like having that thing replay in your head.
But the funny part is in my head, like I think if you kill someone, you should get put down like the dog you are.
Really?
If it's not self-defense. If you just straight up murdered somebody.
Really?
Yes. I don't even know the statistics about crime, but I'm pretty sure like.
So what about people who do it for the good?
Most people who've been in like someone who like murdered somebody, so they're in there for a long time.
Yeah.
They commit more crimes when they get out.
And what if it's someone that did it for the greater good?
Well, yeah, then I would forgive them, but that's bad. Like, remember, I was talking about.
It's not for self-defense.
But it depends who they kill. Remember,
so if it's like a very high wealthy individual, and they're just doing nothing but just being a cancer to the world, and then someone just goes out of their way to just smoke them like a swisher, then how are you? Do you still want that individual to also be put down like a dog?
It just depends who it is. It just depends, right? But yeah, I see what you're saying. But I'm just saying, if someone murders an innocent person, they need to put down.
Oh, okay.
But if it's, I mean, the problem is, does killing really help? Then that gets into now we're getting into like a deeper topic. Is killing always the answer? And in my opinion, it's not at all. I don't think even violence is the answer, but sometimes it is. It is necessary.
I was just about to say, I think sometimes violence.
But it depends on the
done.
situation. That's very, very specific.
Health
Anyways,
insurance.
anything else? You're talking about that dude.
Yeah. Mr.
See, I don't think he should be put down.
I think he did a decent thing.
But
I
that,
mean,
but in my opinion, that CEO was not innocent.
no,
But some people would say he's innocent. So it just depends.
I just think it's a wake up call to the other people, to all the other.
Luigi.
For Luigi, he gave the wake up call. So I just think it's like for all these other big CEOs and stuff, it's like, now why did this guy get killed? And then they reevaluate, like, all right, so like this guy got killed because of what he was doing. Let's maybe find our hearts and have empathy for other people and maybe do stuff that's good for the community and not just be hungry wallets.
Okay.
In my opinion, at least.
Okay. All right. So there's that. I'm sorry, bro. I hope, you should just still be there for your friend until he's found guilty. Then you can make your decision.
I agree.
But whatever decision you make, well, I think both sides are pretty fair,
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, bro. Good luck. Like he said, be there for your friend, man. I mean, I know it's a very tough situation, a very surprising situation. So just keep your head up, man, and just wait to hear what the results are.
Yeah. All right, play the next call, sir.
So me and some friends went to the bar. I accidentally
His
spilled
voice
this
sounds very
dude's drink,
familiar.
and he was being cool about it. He said, "Hey, can you just buy me another one?" I agreed to it. But then as we're like walking to the bar, like get to the bar, so
Why
I
you
can buy
making that
another
face,
drink,
bro?
he starts being like passive aggressive. Starts talking his shit, you know what I'm saying? So I grabbed the bandana out of my back
Oh, grab
pocket
the banana.
and I'm wrapping my hand. Mind you, he's just staring
Hey,
at
yo.
me, you know.
He's just staring
He
at you,
quit talking
dog.
to shit at this point. He's just staring at me. I'm wrapping my hand up and I just punch him, you know. He's a bigger dude. I'm a small guy, you know.
Bigger
I'm only
dude.
like 5'2".
Biggest dude.
He had to been like 6 foot, and he's a bigger dude too, though. Like, you know, like
5'2"?
A little on the plus side. And he looked like Samoan almost, but more like maybe Mexican. I don't know.
Plus
Kind of had a
size?
mullet. And yeah, but I just cracked him, right? I didn't know he had a pause. I didn't know he had a glass chin. He
Is this
fell to
dude
the
out of his
floor.
fucking mind?
Glass
Me and
chin?
my homeboy ended
Dude,
up beating him up.
you know the
I
fuck
don't
this
stand there
is?
watching him.
Yeah.
We helped him. I don't know if his friends are right there.
You got a
or
class
anything,
chin, bro?
but no
Pause
one
it,
really-
pause it.
Bro, this is the fool that beat me up at the bar.
No, it's not. You know we were just pranking you, bro.
What?
You know who that is, right? You know who's pranking you, right? One of your ops, bro.
The dude that beat me up at the bar.
No, that's not him. No.
Are you out of your mind, bro?
Dude almost shot a hole through my ceiling. And producer was about to be Swiss cheese.
I'm sorry, you just can't do stuff like that.
So tell him the
that.
story. What happened? This obviously got pranked, but I know what happened. But tell the viewers what happened to you. Tell them in exact detail. So this dude was 5'2"?
This dude was 5'2".
Okay,
Like if I can get stand up and show you guys like a comparison.
Let's go over some stuff though. I'm interesting. So he also mentioned glass chin.
Do not have a glass chin. Don't listen to that.
I wasn't there, so I don't
this,
know.
This is truly what happened. All right, I was offered a drink from a friend. You know, drinks are expensive downtown. Drinks are very expensive. So
Well, they're expensive for you, cause yeah. Anyways.
I'm not paying $14 for a drink. That's out of this world. But I was offered the drink. I go. This dude bumps into me. And I was like, "Are you out of your mind? Like now you got to buy me a drink."
You said, "Are you out of your mind?" That's what came out of your mouth. Are you out of your mind?
Yes. That's in a joking way. I was like, "Are you out of your mind? Like
Okay.
now you got to buy me a drink.
Okay.
Like what the heck?
Uh-huh.
Like it was just a
What the heck? Okay.
Like
yeah.
it was just a job. It was. I didn't say what the heck. Like, you know
Keep
what I mean.
going.
But
yeah.
then he got very upset when I said that. He called me a slur. I can't say the slur here. So you guys put the pieces together on what that slur could have been. Very, 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 very mean. But he just got in my face, and then I just started laughing. And then I saw him go into his sweater. And that honestly should have been my first indication of what this individual was. But I'm not from here. So I grew up here, but I don't know how the people are. But anywho, so then
He grew up here. He's not from here. He grew up here, and he does not know how the people are. Let's make that make sense. But anyways, keep going.
I don't know how to explain it.
My bad.
I don't know.
I'm
how
not trying to
explain
nitpick
that.
you. My bad, dog.
All right, but anywho,
So he doesn't know how the people are in Denver, I guess, supposedly.
I don't. We were always in Boulder, so I'm used to that crowd.
And you
but
got knocked out in Boulder too. Anyways, let's keep going.
that's a completely different story right there. But anywho, so after we have our little altercation, this dude just pulls out his bandana and he starts wrapping it. And as I'm taking my shot and I look at him, this man finished wrapping his bandana and then just swings on me. And I was like, you know what? It's happening. This is happening right now. So then
This dude's 5'2".
This dude is 5'2". Yes, he did clock me. I did. The only reason, if anyone ever says I was on the ground, it's because I brought him to the ground. And I was on top of him because I know I have that advantage as a bigger individual.
Can we address the glass chin allegations?
There was no glass chin. I was taking punches from a dude behind me, a dude from the left, a dude from the right, 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 and then I was holding down the other guy while punching the guy on the floor.
Okay.
And a security guard kicked me out instead. I don't know what happened to the other group, but he told me that I had to go. And I had woken up in the morning and I had a bruise on my lip and just a big little knot on my head. But other than that, there was no other cosmetic damage. And I felt like I did a lot more damage to the guy that had punched me at the beginning.
Well, first off, shout out, bro.
What do you mean by that?
Second off,
I stood my ground against four dudes.
Well, you forgot the part. You left the part out where you called me or blaming me when I wasn't even there.
All right, guys, look here. He's explained this to me multiple times before. But if somebody hypes up your guys' friends, or look at it from a third.
Which friends are we talking about? I'm interested. Just use acronyms here.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Like, look at it from this perspective. If I am hyping up M, J, and M, and I'm telling you, I'm telling everybody, like, oh, these guys are the best. These guys are top notch. Like, these guys will always have your back. Like, these guys are this, blah, blah. I'm putting them on the highest pedestal right now. Like, these guys, like, they shine and it turns the streets to diamonds. Like, blinds everyone. That's how high of praise I'm giving them. So when I go and hang out with J, D, Z, and all these other individuals, and then they just sit there. I'm telling you, when all this was happening, I had a 2-second window to just survey the crowd. I saw more people than I have ever seen at the gatherings that we've had. All just right there, just watching me just get absolutely obliterated by 3 other dudes while I'm handling one on the floor. And I had to call this in. I had to call him because I was just frustrated because, like I said, he had placed.
But want to hear something interesting, guys? His biggest shooters were there, and they did nothing. So, but they didn't call them, did they? He called me for some reason. While I was in bed, catching a vibe. It's crazy. Anyways, let's play the next call. Skip this. This call's done.
We became good.
It was
friends.
just a prank, bro. Sorry
Okay.
I pranked you, bro.
So
I'm
calling
that's
about
okay.
something that happened a very long time ago when I was a kid. So I think I'm
A
good
kid
to talk
crime.
about it, but still a little nervous. But it's also something that is still hard to talk about. So I'm going to keep some specific details out. But I used to live in this very small town in the mountains, right? And so our community was really close. And because of this, we didn't welcome outsiders very well. At one point, this family moved in, and no one in my town really liked them. It was mostly because they weren't just outsiders, but because they were immigrants from Asia. From what I remember, they were Chinese, I think. Anyways, they had a daughter that was in the same grade as me. And everyone used to bully her all the time. I didn't at first, but I was scared I was going to be bullied too if I didn't, or I guess it was like the popular thing to do, so I wanted to fit in. Man, we were some mean kids. I remember we used to steal her stuff. We used to write things out her desk as well as her things.
I
We would
already
also
don't
just
like
call
this
her
guy.
names all the time, and yeah, looking back, it was fucking disgusting.
All right, pause it for a second.
And no,
You go first, bro. If you want, or you want me to go first?
I don't like bullies to begin with. I think bullying is the worst type of thing in this
Oh
world
yeah,
today.
no, I completely
And,
agree.
I mean, if you're participating in that because you want to be cool and fit in, then I just think you're POS in my opinion. Like I really do. Like you knew what you were doing and you had multiple opportunities to step up, but instead you wanted status over what's the word where you let's stand up for people and you care and show, like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's like it's just not noble.
Compassion. compassion, I guess.
Well, yeah.
I might be using the word wrong.
The interesting thing, first I want to tell, yes, bullies are POSs. If I'm being honest, when I look back at myself when I was younger and I was a POS back then, I used to be a bully in some ways. But, I guess I'll start with he's saying that like it makes you a POS. I would say you were a kid. Your past, this is true. Your past really does not define you. But yeah, I mean, bullies suck. Bullying, I mean, I think bullies, I don't think it's taken, I think it needs to be taken more serious. I don't think it's taken, like, just in schools. I don't think it's taken as serious as it should be. I think bullies should be punished more. I think there should be, even in my opinion, just a zero bully policy. So if you're bullying, you're gone. You're out of the school. You're gonzo.
I agree. The schools today, they don't do anything to solve the bullying. I mean, you could tell them repeatedly, but then you just got a bunch of the teachers or staffs or even higher ups like the principals and stuff that favor these individuals that are the bullies. So then it makes it harder for the victims to go and get help when
Okay, I think like you're like thinking of like Hollywood movies.
No, I'm being serious.
Where they favor the bully.
I'm being for real.
I mean, I've never seen that. I've never heard of that.
You've never
where
heard
the bully gets favored. I've heard of where the bully gets chances and it keeps happening and they keep giving him chances. And I never heard of the bully gets favoritism. That's a little. Maybe at least like in bigger school. I mean, I'm from a big town. I'm not from this a little hillbilly town or whatever.
I went to the little hillbilly town for high school. So I've witnessed it. I've witnessed these kids get bullied. And because they have such a high social status that even like the teachers recognize them as like prolific individuals in the school, like obviously like not like celebrities or stuff, but like these kids have names, and because they know their family, they're not going to do anything to those and they'll just sweep it under the rug, which is why I'm saying like it's bad and I don't like it, but it's like what can be done when even the teachers or staff aren't going to do anything because of just these individual social. That's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I've experienced and what I've witnessed when I went through high school.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
I bullied someone when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have bullied, a lot of people haven't bullied, but yeah, bullying. End of the story. Bullying sucks. But when you're a kid, things are a bit more complicated when you're a kid. That's the thing. So I would just say, don't let what you did as a kid get to you, but keep playing.
No one did a damn thing about it. Like, yes, we were kids, but it's crazy to me that adults allowed it. Long story short, this girl ended up committing suicide. And yeah, I still think about it. After this event, my parents found out what was going on and realized how shitty the town was, and we moved shortly after. The problem is I still think about what happened to this day. Technically, I committed a crime because my actions lead to the death of a person. And it haunts me. I feel guilt, and yeah, it's something I can't move on from. I don't know how to forgive myself for doing something like this.
I think he has bad parents.
I mean, first of all, that's super dark. Technically, you're right. You did. In some way, I don't know. The problem, it's really complicated because you're just a kid, right? Did you know? For example, when someone drunk drives and they kill someone, they get manslaughter. But they knew when they got in the seat, because they're an adult, that once you step into that car and you're drunk, you're taking responsibility for what happens. But when you're a kid, you don't really understand or know.
You don't think so?
No, they're little kids. They don't know. Like you don't know because you haven't lived life. You've never heard of that. You didn't know what was gonna happen. You didn't know that what you could do that. It's like it is not obvious.
Don't they talk about this in school about what bullying can do?
Not really, no. That's why they're so like they don't really. That's another thing. They don't educate about bullying really. Like they say like no bullying, but like they don't say like this is what bullying could lead to.
I think his parents are at fault too, bro. They immediately just banged
or they didn't know, but they didn't know. So why is it they at fault? Who knows? He didn't mention if he got obviously he should get punished for it.
That's what I said. They didn't do nothing to him. Like
they moved. Who knows what he didn't mention it.
I don't know. I just think like throughout education and stuff, when you're going through like elementary and middle school, whatever grade he said he was in, they teach you about bullying and they tell you like Like obviously, like you like
See, I don't
people
remember. I don't
take
remember
it
that.
serious, but
Oh, they didn't teach bullying at my school. They said don't bully, but like they never said why. They never said like what it can cause or what things can happen. But
I can see where you're coming.
I don't know. Past to that, yes, you bullied someone. Yes, it's in your past. Yes, you can't forgive yourself. That's the most important part, right? How can you move forward? Can you move forward? Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Should he
can
move forward? Yes. But you got to find a way to do that. And what makes you feel good? Obviously, the things you've been doing up to this moment have not done anything for you when it comes to forgiveness.
I think he should become an advocate for anti-bullying. I mean,
He could do that, or it depends what kind of type of person he is, right? So if he just wants either, and what I mean by that is, how do you make amends? How do you make amends to yourself? What things, and that depends on the person. Like, what things do you think you could do to actually forgive yourself? And is that going to counseling? Is that talking about it and really working through it with somebody that's a professional? Or is that, maybe you got the balls to go figure out where the parents are and apologize to them and write them a letter, or at least you don't even apologize to their face, but write them a letter. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Or maybe, like you said, become an advocate. But the point is, you should move forward. You should not forget, but you should forgive. And my point being is, if this is something that's weighing on you all the time, which it sounds like it is, that's terrible. You need to figure out a way to forgive. You need to forgive yourself, or it will always weigh on you. And you might need help. You might need to go to a counselor. The point is, people go through life, and I think this is like the hardest skills to learn is how to forgive yourself. People are hard on themselves. Everyone is. And so when you do things like that, it's hard. It's hard. And then, I'm trying to figure out a way to like explain this or like give an example. But a lot of people, I think, through life, they don't forget themselves. They hold on to emotional baggage, right? And like they don't even realize it. So as we get older, the interesting thing is that, like, those people are the ones who like become alcoholics. Who do things like that, who have vices that are not good for themselves, because deep down they have emotional baggage, and it could be from a lot of things, but a lot of it I think is from their own choices and not forgiving themselves and being harder on themselves. And another interesting thing, I think, it's just my opinion, I think people self-awareness as a skill, right, is very, very low. And I watched this video recently where it says to be self-aware is to suffer. My point is, it seems like you have the self-awareness that this is truly weighing on you. A lot of people would not have the self-awareness of what things are making them feel this way, and they kind of just go through life. But I would say if this is weighing on you, you need to figure out a way to forgive yourself. Unfortunately, I can't give you the answer because I don't know you well enough. But what I would say is, think about talking to a counselor. Maybe ask a professional how you can forgive yourself. Maybe just one lesson, pay for it out of pocket. But that investment right there to help lead you onto a path of being better and feeling better about it is way worth the investment. But yeah, you have to figure out a way, because if you don't forgive yourself, this is forever. It's going to weigh on you forever. Or you can like find a vice and numb the pain, like drinking or drugs or gambling or whatever. What do you got? Nothing?
well, hey.
Isn't that why he called in though?
What?
For advice?
No, but I'm saying like,
Well, I mean, like, how can...
For him to go to get advice.
no, but I gave him a bunch of options, right? I said if he could either like whatever makes him feel better. The problem is I don't know him enough to like what would make him feel better. Like I said, I gave him options. Maybe actually, if you're the type of person that you think that you need to apologize, then go apologize. And I think you should. What I would do, and I think that's what you should do, right? But that takes a lot of balls.
I definitely think counseling, 100% counseling, trying to do activities that can lead you to better. I say go back to where this all took place at and just start building a foundation there. Like, you got to conquer what's eating you alive. So I say go back to the town that you guys moved away from. Start building slow. Start being an advocate for anti-bullying. Go get the counseling that you need to help you move forward, to make sure that this doesn't happen again and recreate itself. And then there's another version of you, just X age.
So yeah. So what?
Like,
yeah.
I'm saying, like, I feel like that'd be a way. Like, go go conquer.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
you're
face
like,
it, face the bull at the horns.
you did a problem, and now like your punishment or your way to make amends
Like
is to
atone
reverse
yourself
it
is
and
just
to help the generation. Another thing you can do if you don't want to do that, if you're not that type of person, like I said, apologize, or even maybe first step, go visit this girl's grave, write her a letter, leave it there. Apologize to her,
just talk
even
to
though
her.
like
Talk to
I don't know
her.
if you're spiritual, but talk to her, tell her you're sorry, ask for forgiveness. Because that's another thing. Maybe deep down you think that I don't know if you're religious. You didn't mention this part, but that you're going to hell for this, or that someone has a grudge. Or she has a grudge, and when you die, that's gonna come up, or
Oh, they
and
call
that's
that
another
bad
thing.
karma.
Bad karma too, right? So I would say, but another thing is, there's so many things you could do, but I think the first step right now is you're admitting it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're accepting it. So the next step now is to really figure out a solution. Maybe even try to, and like I say, seek a professional, because I think digging deeper based on how you feel, right? You can't forgive yourself. Okay, why? Have you always not been able to forgive yourself? Can you not forgive yourself because you don't think you're forgiven? She's forgiven. Can you not forgive yourself because you think the family has a grudge, and that's why you can't forgive yourself? Or do you just truly deep down feel guilty and feel like you deserve to not be forgiven, when in reality you should be, because you were just a kid,
There are a lot of people
and
that are like that.
and it wasn't. Unfortunately, it was like a malicious act, but it wasn't intentional for her to end up doing that. And you did, and I think if you could go back in time, or if you knew that was gonna happen, you never would have done it in the first place. So, and you were just, I feel like people forget like what it's like to be a kid. I forget, but when I was 12, I was a dumbass. Or like whatever age you were, I'm guessing it was elementary. I was a
doing
dumbass.
I was a bad kid. And
I had
growing
my
up,
emotional
I was-
intelligence was 0, negative. So just don't. That's another thing. Don't be so hard on yourself about it, because you were just a kid, and maybe even if you just accept that first, it'll help you move on a tiny bit, or help you forgive yourself a tiny bit, and give yourself some grace.
He's already doing better than the group of people that
And other
he was
people,
associate. He's
or
already
maybe
doing a lot
well, that's another
better.
thing. Maybe you should go talk to those people and like explain like, look at what we did. We need to make this better. How can we make this right? But maybe those people
That's like a 50-50
feel
right there.
don't
I
feel
mean,
don't feel guilty about it.
yeah,
So.
there are some people that I can agree with that. It's a 50-50 thing.
But I mean, because in my opinion, it's just super traumatic, right? And trauma. That's why I say seek a professional, because for traumatic things, I can't just give you an answer right here, right now, that's gonna heal that. I think trauma is something that needs to be worked through over time. You cannot heal trauma. You gotta face it, and then you gotta try to heal it. But it takes time. It's not an instant thing. So that's why producer was right in a way, but that's why I always say, when something traumatic like this happens, is you do need professional help, because trauma heals over time. It's not just going to be healed right away. Obviously, it's been years. He's grown, and he's still
And
not.
he's still thinking about it. So
But maybe that's because he just started
eating
realize
above
he
the
just
line,
started
maybe.
realizing it finally, like what happened and what.
Mhm.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm sorry. I think you should say sorry. I think you should, in a way, try to figure out how to say sorry. Either go to her grave, leave flowers, write a letter to her, speak to her, or talk to her parents. But talking to her parents would take a lot of balls, because they're probably gonna.
they're gonna be very upset with you. But
Well, they know what happened,
I
so they're
think
just
they'd
gonna
be
roast his
appreciative
ass.
that at least someone from the group came and
Took
took
responsibility.
responsibility. I mean, obviously, in their eyes, you're probably taking the whole thing, but I would say like it's baby steps. Baby steps. Don't just take giant leaps. Just take baby steps. Work your way up. Make yourself comfortable.
But another interesting thing is, and that's like, if you think they're gonna forgive you, I don't know. I don't know if I could forgive someone for that if that was my kid. Like, I would say I appreciate your apology, but I do not forgive you, and I will never forgive you. So get out of my face.
It's understandable. I'd be forgiving. I would be. It's gonna hurt, but I mean, my kid wouldn't want me to be angry forever.
Yeah.
If I had kids, of course.
Mhm.
Like my kids, but the type of individual that I am, they would know that I'm not that individual to just hold grudges and that. But
So
that's
things got dark fast, bro. Why are you crying? No, that was sad though.
yeah, it was a sad story.
Anyways, y'all, I think that's the end. Now I'm sad. I'm about to go depress, eat, probably watch a chick flick.
I haven't eaten since lunch, guys. I had a salad and I'm starving.
We know you're starving. Sorry, this is a dark time, and I'm making. Maybe I'm still a bully. Anyway, sing your song.
It'll all work out.
Okay, I'll catch you guys later. Shout out everyone who called in today, and I'm sorry, like some of it is just depressing. So I hope you guys get through this episode and not get too sad.
I believe in you guys. You guys will get the help you need, and you guys are gonna live a flourishing life. I believe in you guys, and I love all you guys.
Peace.
Peace.